What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 4 of NHL 24 Calgary Flames Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for supporting the last episode. If you can leave a thumbs up on this one as well, I'd really appreciate it. We're currently 4-2 here in the preseason. Panarin there, our biggest free agent signing from last episode, 8 points in 6 games. If you guys missed the last episode, definitely go and check it out. I think a pretty fun one. Definitely some spoilers here too. As you can see, did not win the Stanley Cup, was the Avs winning their 3rd cup in 5 years, but we did go on a bit of a miracle run after the trade deadline. We got rid of a bunch of, expiring contracts. Somehow, team got better. We only lost like a few games and forced ourselves into the playoffs. Unfortunately, we did get swept by the Oilers, so lost the Battle of Alberta big time, but I think our team's looking really, really good for this year. A lot of young guys coming up, so very excited for the future of the Calgary Flames. Speaking of the team, next I'll show what the lines are looking like. We got Pelche, Natchez, and Panarin there on the first line. Getting a +5. Coronado on the second line is Zary and Kadri, so that's kind of like the original Flames line. Third line here is the all-rookie line. You got Hutton, Misa, Martone. Very excited for them to play. Getting a +3. Fourth line there, Honzik also gets called up, playing there with Backlund and Dewar. In terms of the defense, we got Sergachev on the team now, playing with Anderson on the top pair. They get a +5. Larson, Perek on the second. So Perek's also making his NHL debut. And then bomb pairing there is Alexiak and Martinez. In terms of the goaltending, of course, Wolf's still our starter, now 88 overall there. Some X factors, still has elite potential. A couple years left to grow as well. And then Vladosh there, 81 overall. A lot of people don't understand why I call him Vladosh. I looked up how to pronounce his name in Czech, which is obviously where he's from, and it's pronounced Vladosh. So hopefully people can stop giving me a hard time on that. I'm saying it the right way. Dorofeyev there on the first line with Tijagila leading that team. Seneca as well, elite potential. Maybe could package him for like an absolute superstar. We'll see. Easton Cowan there. You got Denisenko, who played well for us when we got called up last year. Ty Voigt, put Coles in. Schwinn still on the team there, of course, from the Kachuk trade. Defensively, Brucewick there's an 81. Yermo 79, not bad. Also, I almost forgot, but Gavin Pollock here, elite potential defenseman, 78 overall. We got him back from LA, so tons of good things to look forward to. Sergey, our starter. Andreanov there, backing him up, 77 elite potential. Also, two guys almost forgot to show you our special teams. I feel like they look really solid. Power play one, of course, led by Panarin, who's got 99 everything in terms of the offensive stats, as well as his skating. So I'm really hoping he can put up like 100 points for us. I think, he's playing with good enough players next to him. PK-wise, the first units aren't too bad. After that, definitely drops a bit, but, hopefully the first unit can be out there for most of the time, and I think we'll be all right. So, like I said, guys, I'm really excited, honestly, just to see what this team is going to do. And now, before we do start simming, guys, I'll give you a quick update at the ratings. I think our defensive rating's still quite low for whatever reason, but pretty sure offense was perfect. Yeah, 100 offense there, 85 defense, 86 goaltending. So hopefully this team can get back to the playoffs. Like I said, Panarin have a big year. Rookies have a big year, and, we have something to be proud about. Also, too, guys, before I start any games, I want to take a quick look here at the contract situation. At the bottom there, you can see we have almost 14 million in cap space still, which is pretty impressive. Even $1 million retained, so it would be 15. I think that's Yanni Gordy retained on. And look at this, like, all of our best players are locked up for at least the next 2 years, which is really good to see. The next guy that needs a contract is Backlund, but, I mean, he'll probably retire, if not ask for less money. Misa being an entry-level deal is huge for us. Same goes for Hutton, of course, Martone there, Perek. Like, just going to make our team so much better having those guys on those cheap deals. I think our best chance to win is probably not this year, but I do think year 5 and year 6, when all those rookies are on, second and third years of the entry levels, that's when we're going to get the most out of them. Honzik only asking for league min because he has been in the AHL. We need him for 4 more years. And let's see, does that cost us anything? It costs us $1 million. Now, he is a 4th liner, so like, it's not like we're getting an absolute steal there, but if he's a solid 4th liner for us, then it is a good deal. Even our goalies there are locked up. So yeah, this team, if they are good, no reason why they couldn't run it back next year. I'm really hoping we just make the playoffs. I don't expect to win the Stanley Cup, but if they do, I will be expecting, more from them in the following year. And there we go, guys. Honzik said yes to $1 million for 4 years. That's pretty nuts. And look at this, guys. I just started simming. We're 1-4, which is not a good start. Oilers are 0-4-1 though, so maybe we're both having rough starts. And the Rangers without Panarin beat us 8-1. What the heck? And now the Islanders, guys, are offering us a 2nd-round pick and Sam O'Reilly for Backlund 2/4. Obviously, not trading away the captain, longtime Flame. I'm making sure he does retire with us. Now, we actually definitely turned it around since the slow start. We're now 12, as I said that, 6-1, but still, big time turnaround. And we're now in December here, guys, the record of 18-14-2. We just lost 5-0 to the Oilers. They're another team that actually turned it around. They're first place in the division after starting out, what were they, 0-4-1. So, I mean, if they can do it, obviously we can. We are in a wild card spot. I'd like to get up a little bit higher. We're only, 2-3 points back there, the Sharks and the Kings, for 2nd and 3rd place in the division. The Central looks to be worse than us. So, yeah, I feel like we're in a fine spot right now. Leading scores, actually Natchez, not Panarin. He's got 41 and 34. I'm sure playing with Panarin's definitely helping his point total. Is the AHL team finally a playoff team? They are. 3rd place in the division. Hopefully can hold on to that spot. And TacTixHD, first year in the AHL, about a point per game. Love that. And I just got off here, guys, from the Leafs. David Kampf in the 7th for Alexiak in a 4th. I'm going to say no. Alexiak, I think, big defenseman, plays his role right. One of the biggest players in the NHL, I think. So at the deadline, we are still in a wildcard spot, 70 points. 3 points back, a third. Sharks are definitely getting, ahead of us. Oilers even more so, 88. Central, Capitals at 68 are not far back for another wildcard spot. How? I guess it goes by points percentage, because, Canucks 67. They're giving it to them. Or, sorry, the Capitals are in the East. What am I talking about? In the Central, it's the Predators. My bad. Brain fart there. Now, looking at the AHL, they're still 3rd place there in their division, which is good to see. Is TacTixHD still the leading scorer? He is. Has slowed down a little bit. No longer point per game, but I like that.
You like that? You like that?
NHL-wise, Panarin, 69 points, 62 games. Nice. All right, so we'll get to the deadline here, guys. I would say we're probably considered a buyer. I don't know if we're a full-out buyer just because, we aren't, clear-cut playoff team quite yet, but we're definitely buying, not selling. I saw a lot of your guys' comments asking if I knew what fine trade was after I ran out of time last episode, but I gotta say, I usually don't use fine trade. I'm not a huge fan of the returns often, but in that scenario, I should have been using it. It just didn't even cross my mind since I use it so seldom. Vince Dunn there's available, 1 year left, big-time defenseman. Matheson, they just signed him to a 4-year, $12 million deal, and the Kraken now have him on the block. He's also 89 overall now. That's crazy. I think he's grown since free agency. Hayton there up to an 88. Jeez. Max Domi here on the block, also up to 88, only making $375. It's a really good contract, probably why his value is even higher. Montour there. Kraken trying to trade well all their defensemen. Handefin, also Bjorkstrand, Stevenson. Literally half the top players of Seattle Kraken. Mikheyev, Troy Terry. We're a pretty solid team. I'm not exactly sure where our biggest hole is. Obviously, the rookie line, we need them, playing minutes. Martone and Misa. I think Martone's got up by 1. Misa's still the same at 82. Hutton has not changed. He's playing second power play. He's got 20 goals, only 6 assists. All right, so definitely a goal scorer. Misa there's 47 points. It's not bad. Maybe he could win the Calder. He's playing third line in second power play. Martone here, 25. I did see someone say I should put Misa at first line, but I feel like Nature's just a much better player right now, so I feel like he deserved it. Take a look and see how our goalie's doing. I hope Wolf's doing well because I want to keep him. 901, 332. You'd like a little bit better from 88 overall goalie. Again, I guess when you look at our defensive overall, it's probably telling us that it's not good enough. Even though we have a lot of decent defense awareness guys, Parek's the only one that's low. Brucewick's in the AHL. Martinez 87. I don't quite understand. Larson there 88. Serdichev 90. Anderson here 91. So yeah, the low defensive rating is definitely interesting, but definitely that'd be our weak spot. You can see 80-42. I think forward wise, we definitely can score. Panarin leading us. He's got a chance for 100 points. Probably not going to happen, but if he at least finishes in the 90s, I hope he doesn't drop from a 95, but you never know. His trade value actually already has dropped. I don't know if it's because he's on pace for less than 100, maybe even 2, just because he has turned 35 now, opposed to being 34. And I know when the higher they get in age, the lower the value goes. All right, guys, so right here I'm trying to upgrade Martinez to Matachuk on the Blue Jackets. Really solid, 22-85, high top 4D potential. Does need a new contract. 91 offense awareness, 91 passing, 91 D awareness. This guy, I feel, is very undervalued in terms of his trade value. I'll show you guys here. If you look at just kind of throughout everybody, I don't know, Johnny Gaudreau down 84 is kind of nuts, but I feel like he should have more based on his age, potential, ratings. So trying to get him here for a bit of a steal. First round pick, we're taking a risk. I'm hoping we get in. More in there, probably never makes the NHL. Third round pick as well. Might have to, upgrade the third to something else, but we'll see what the Blue Jackets say. Keskinen coming back is just there for the roster spot. Trades accepted. Wow, okay, so that is a big-time trade for us, especially because we're getting a young player that can actually stay on the roster, not just a rental. I do think Alexiak will probably get replaced either by Brucewick or by Pollock, whoever gets higher rated. The other guy might honestly have to be packaged with Natchez, maybe even Seneca, honestly, to try and get a legit superstar first-line center. None of those guys are on the block. Probably won't be on the block in the summer. There's a chance, but speaking of, there's Crosby, but at this point, how old is he? He is not very high on the trade value. He's down to 84 overall, so yeah, I'll let him retire there as a Penguin. Other trades to make, yeah, like I said, unless it's literally top, 10, at least top 20 player in the league, it's gonna be tough. This is kind of insane, guys. I'm looking through some teams, and Wyatt Johnston's up to 92 overall, high elite potential to stars. Harley as well has gone up from high top 4 to medium elite. Johnston did start at medium elite, but still, both those guys have jumped. That's crazy. Behind Haskin and Robertson, I saw 2 on the Oilers. Bouchard now has max trade value, along with Draisaitl, but McDavid actually doesn't. You can see there's a sliver there. even though he's still the highest rated, and he's a year younger than Draisaitl. I guess it's because he's making more money, but very interesting to see, you know, how some things change. Chuck Barkov still leading the Panthers. All right, guys, and now next year I'm trying to make an absolute blockbuster. We're trading Martin Necas here. I said how I want to get like a true 90-plus centerman. Necas is high 80. I don't know if we'll get higher than that. Even like this year, play with Panarin. Seneca there in the AHL kind of finds himself as the, you know, rookie on the outside. We've already got a full forward line there. Martone, Misa, Pollock. You then have Alexiak just kind of going over for the roster spot and money. Bruce Wick there trying to add some value. And then on the other side, Don and Hamonic are just bad contracts coming back. Drew Doughty as well. He's making 11 million, only an 83 now. Value's quite low, but we got to take some salary back for Nature's contract. And then the main part of this trade, Macklin Celebrini, the first overall pick, 2024. Obviously in this game, he goes to LA. I mean, if we could have him, our team would just be so stacked with young talent. And the next couple years too, we'd have so much cap space to just, you know, sign some short-term deals, really make this team an absolute juggernaut. So they like a few of our players. The value's, I think, a little bit on our side. We'll see what the Kings say to this. It's definitely a big-time offer. Trades rejected. Isn't acceptable. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we'd have to add something. I'd probably do, I mean, next year we'd only have a fifth, but whatever. I would do a first-round pick, 2028. Like, at this point, you know, we're going for it. Trade is still rejected. Okay, so massive offer there. I think for the first-line center, we're going to have to wait till the summer. It'll just be a little bit easier in terms of, like, cap and stuff like that. As I feel like Celebrini was one where, you know, his affordability was actually there. You can see Suzuki, like the trade value, just makes it so hard. Celebrini's, in comparison, you can see like less than Suzuki because he's only 86. But yeah, to get like a Jack Hughes or something, it's going to be tough. Also, guys, had some people asking about the Croatian superstar Harrington here. 87 overall already at the deadline, but he's only got 15 points so far on the year. They are playing him third line, in fairness to him. It's a minus 14 there. I mean, I don't know. I think McKenna definitely was the pick. Let's take a look. He's only an 85, but he's got more points. Looks to also probably be playing third line unless it's like second line, no special teams. I feel like McKenna will end up being the better player, but we'll see. All right, guys, so the trade deadline's now completed. Andrew Peak there going to Nashville. The Ducks get some picks. Let's see. Anthony Duclair to Seattle. Poirier there to the Penguins. Jane Schwartz to the Lightning. Shane Cappy, funny. Tolvin to the Devils. Hanifin to the Leafs. Max Domi to Vegas. Wow, doing him dirty. Matachuk there, of course, our big trade for him. Yarncroc to the Hurricanes. Ryder Ritchie to the Leafs. First round pick to the Penguins in exchange for, I don't even know, Robbie Fabry and some mid picks. That's interesting. Must be like a low value first. Veronco to the Flyers. You got Kulak going back to the Oilers. Obviously, DeCarrier goes there as well. Troy Terry to the Preds. It's a pretty big trade. Eric Carlson to the Oilers. Oh my goodness. Tara Vinen there to the Red Wings. Definitely, yeah, going to be tough, I think. Battle of Alberta. All right, guys, so after the trade deadline, no change to the forward group. I liked how they're playing. Defensively, of course, bringing in Matachuk on the second pair with Larson. Parek now drops to the bottom there with Alexiak. You do get a +1 because of it. Power play-wise, I don't think there's going to be any changes. But I do think on the PK, we'll have Matachuk there on the second unit, playing with Anderson. I've also split the Anderson and Serchev up just to give them hopefully a bit more of a rest. Larson as well is pretty solid defensively. And I think, too, even I made one other change. I want to say Porter Martone now on 4-man power play, too, to just try to give him a bit more ice time. Obviously, the faster the rookies get good, the better this team's going to be. So that's definitely an important thing we want to address. AHL team is the exact same. So, but a month and a half left here, guys. Hopefully, can hold on to our playoff spot. All right, guys, so our team just goes insane, I think, after every trade deadline. After this one here, you can see we had a 4-game win streak, lost to Seattle, then went on another 7-game win streak before losing the Flyers there. So pretty crazy. We actually have lost 3 of the last 4, but we hold on to our playoff spot. We actually get a divisional spot there with 99 points. We're playing the Sharks round 1, should be a lot of fun. The Kings and the Ducks also get in with the wild cards, 48, 31, and 3. Let's see, Panarin there, leading scorer, 94. He had 53 goals. Awesome. AHL team, it's TJ Ginla, 63 and 69, and they're currently in a playoff spot, but there's still some games left, so it looks like it's going to be close. Definitely, though, very good year from both teams, so that is awesome to see. Behind Panarin, take a look. Nature's there, 88 points. Honestly, could get to a 90. We'll see. Maybe he is, you know, that guy. He's our first-line center. I just don't know.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
Jacob Pelice, 81. Is that even better than last year? It is by 10 points. I mean, he was playing with 2 really good players, but I love how good he's gotten. Again, I don't think I've ever seen him get up to a 90. If he could pull that off, that'd be absolutely ridiculous, especially what are we paying him still? Like 2.3 million. Just stupid. Kadri 75, a huge year, 40 goals. Big, honestly, improvement on last season. Only had 55. Zeri 64, Sergachev 64. Misa 62 as a rookie and only getting third line minutes. Again, you know, second power play, almost all assists. He's got a chance here, I think, at the Calder. It'd be pretty nasty. Like, I could have played him higher in the lineup to give him more of a chance, but I think 62 points, like I said, with 13 minutes, he's going to be a stud. Definitely at least second line, if not first line center next year. Anderson, 60 points. To have 2 defensemen, I mean, wow, that's actually, what, 8 players on our team with 60 plus. That's crazy. Coronado had 52. Hutton there had 40, 31 goals. So basically just the opposite of Misa. And then Misa, of course, had more assists. I mean, he did have double the shots. Misa 107, Hutton there 205. Let's see, Perek 37, not bad for limited ice time. Martone 36, again, with limited ice time, not bad at all. So really happy with how everybody performed here. Wolf got a little bit better save percentage, 904. Still could be better than that. AHL, Sergeev, 907 there. Looks to have pretty good numbers. Behind Iginla, Nikolaev 52, same with Seneca and Cowan. Dorofayev 42, Brucewick 38, not too bad. Denisenko did okay. And I'll look at the entire league here, guys. Cale Makar, are you kidding me? Wins the Art Ross Trophy with 123 points. 33 goals. I saw people mentioning Yossi had 30 goals last year's defenseman. I mean, Makar puts up 33 with 90 assists for 1, 2, 3. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. McKinnon behind him outscores his forward. McDavid, Will Eklund 106. Come on. Will Smith 105. 90 overall for Smith and Eklund respectively. I've never seen the two Wills get that good. Draisaitl, Miller, Bedard, Brady Tkachuk. Pretty crazy year. Goals, it's going to Connor Bedard there at 55. Panarin was actually tied with Will Smith for second there on the goal list. Like, that's crazy. A couple more goals and he's taking on the Maurice Richard trophy. Not bad at all. Defenseman, obviously, it's going to be Makar. Bouchard had 103. 20 points back of the defensive scoring lead. That is crazy. Like, absolutely insane numbers those two guys are putting up. Goaltending, Luukkonen on the Avs now. Wow, 46 wins. Played 67 games. Save percentage here for a starter is going to be Linus Ullmark. Still with the Sens, has a 916. Yeah, 39 wins, which isn't that bad. He also had the best goals against. Good chance he's actually going to win the Vezina. He's still 88 there, so he's thriving, even not being on Boston. Moment of truth here for Michael Misa. And unfortunately, Rubrek there, 67. Celebrini, 66. And Rubrek actually had positive plus-minus with the Sharks. I mean, it looks like he's playing second line. Only 81, though. Wow. So, I mean, good for him. Outscored Misa by 5. Had a better plus-minus than Celebrini. So, Misa's in the conversation. But, he's up against some good competition. That's okay. Gavin McKenna there, 43. So, definitely could have had a better rookie season. And what the heck? Lane Hutson's just now making his debut. 85 overall. What was Montreal doing with Lane Hutson? Wait, he played in the AHL the first year, then he sat out the next 2 years. What was going on? They must have had him scratched, I think. I'll send this in. This is stupid. And in terms of the entire league here, guys, the Edmonton Oilers win their 4th straight, I think, Preston's Trophy. Ridiculous. Avs, Lightning, Sharks also with 100 plus. I mean, we had 99 points. So even though we were 3rd place in our division, it's because we had 2 juggernauts there in the Sharks and the Oilers. We were 5th place in the NHL. Like, that's a really solid season. See if anyone snuck in. I mean, Vancouver gets screwed because their Pacific Division is so good. Minnesota there gets in at 18. Last place in the NHL is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. They got their Stanley Cup. They're happy. Goals for the Oilers are 1st. We're actually 4th. Canucks were 5th. Not even in a playoff spot. The worst goals against there was the Dallas Stars. That's actually really surprising. The best was the Avs. I don't see us. So our goals against somewhere in the middle. Again, I mentioned, defensively we could upgrade. Wolf could play better for us. But overall, I'm happy with this team. So like I said, guys, in the first round, we got the Sharks. We got the 2 Wills there. Gonna have tough, competition, but I'm definitely down for it. I think this team, hopefully at least, can get their first playoff win in this franchise series. So that first line, of course, we already know Will Eklund, Will Smith. You also got Zetterlund, Couture on the second. He's still playing at 38. With Bordelot there is 87. And then Rubrick, who probably going to win the Calder. You got Gushin there. Hopefully I said his name right. Lund and Ahonen. The Landria there. Kunin. Peterson. Defensively. Dickinson. Wow. D is not that great. Lacombe's 83. Muhammad Lane 85 is their best one on the second pair. John Carlson dropped to 81. So glad I didn't sign him. They gave him $8 million for 2 years. He wasn't 85 in the summer, but wow. What a bad contract. And then Addison there as well is higher rated than him. So defense is weak. Goaltending, they got an 84 Georgiev. I mean, that's really not that great. Lindgren backing him up. This team's getting carried by that top line. So if our top D pair, Sergachev, Anderson, can shut them down, no reason why we can't beat these guys. So let's see what happens here, guys. First 2 games are going to be in San Jose, North California. 4-0 win. Let's go. Big shutout from Wolf. 5-3 win followed up. So no shutout here. Going to Calgary, 5-3 win and a 5-1 loss. Headed back to San Jose. We won 2 games already, and we win another 7-4. Let's go. So take out the Sharks in 5. Of course, they're one of the top 4 teams in the league. And all roads to the cup run through the Oilers, it looks like. We've got another Battle of Alberta here in round 2. Let's see. Scoring leader for us is Sergachev, 9 assists in 5 games. Dude's averaging almost 2 points a game. That's actually ridiculous for a D-man, especially one that's not even super offensive or anything. So Oilers here, guys, have Draisaitl, McDavid, Hyman still. I mean, ridiculous. Not only are they all 90+, but McDavid and Draisaitl are above 95. That's such an advantage. Nuge, Savoy, Kane, Anderson, Boyd, Holloway, McMahon there, Howden, Yolinen. Defensively, of course, Bouchard's a stud now. They got Nurse still there. Bryson, Carrier, and 81 Erik Karlsson. Okay, that's why they're able to trade for him. I mean, he's still making $10 million. Let's see, still has pretty good offensive stats. And then they got him playing with Shillington. So one of our former players, goaltenders here. Skinner's still the starter. I think Kakinen was backing him up last year when we played them. So this is a tough matchup. I feel like if we can beat them, they've won the President's Trophy the last 4 years, but no cups. They're going to lose somewhere. Why not be us, right? So first 2 games, guys, are in Edmonton. 1-0 loss, 6-4 loss. Oh my goodness. All right, head home now. Let's get at least 1 here on the Oilers this year. 5-1 loss. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back sweeps. Same team. Our biggest rival. We got to build a team now that can beat the Oilers. We got to find, I don't know, whatever McDavid's kryptonite is. We'll see if somebody does beat them this playoffs, which they should. We'll see who that team is. Maybe do some scouting, see what that team has. Watch, of course, this will be the year that they win it. So, yep. So I can't see. Yep. What could stop the Oilers? Nothing this year. All right. They win the Stanley Cup. Lehigh Valley Phantoms there winning the Calder. I just realized, totally forgot to check if we did make the AHL playoffs. Winnipeg, wow, jumping the most you can from 11-1, getting that first overall pick. Penguins jump from 3-2, so they're picking very, very high these last couple years. As I mentioned, I want to see AHL team. Did we make the playoffs? It does not look like it, so we must have just missed because we were in a spot with like 3 games played left, so that kind of sucks. But we'll take a look here, guys, and see the awards, all that stuff. Sergachev, 10 points, 9 games. Awesome to see that from him in the playoffs. Definitely, you know, don't regret that big trade made for him. You got Kadri there, doing his part for sure, point per game. Natchez as well. Panarin, 8. You guys are -5. I know plus minus and everything, but first line, like, Pelche there also at 8, -5. Misa, Zeri, Coronado. Okay, I mean, there's no one I can really point out and say, like, it's their fault. Wolf, 904, definitely not his fault either. 89 overall now, that's awesome. So I guess we just ran into a better built team, and that's going to happen. Let's see. So Oilers here, they beat the Ducks in 5, swept us, swept the Avs, and then the Leafs in 5. They only lost 2 games in the entire playoffs. That is pretty outstanding. I'm pretty sure that's actually a record if I remember correct. So yeah, they get the Stanley Cup there. Their first one since like the last one they won in like the 80s or whatever, and that's their 4th straight President's Trophy. Yeah, we're going to have a tough time getting through that team. Makar, Art Ross Trophy, also wins the Hart as he should. James Norris as he should. Lady Bing as he should. Rubrek got the Calder. McDavid Conn Smythe, just like he won this year, real life. Allmark got the Vezina as we predicted. Lucan in there. William Jennings. Ryan Pollock, 3rd straight year Bill Masterton. I don't think you've ever seen that ever in real life. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that even in this game. Sharks coach Jack Adams. Selke there goes to Barkov back-to-back. Makar, Ted Lindsay. And then Bedard there with his first Maurice Richard. Very, very cool. AHL, Costantini, most points. He also had MVP. Basically, Cole Eiserman we traded to the Islanders on accident, best rookie. I'm looking to see if we got anything. Kevin Hayes, sportsmanship, but it doesn't look like it. So yeah, Lehigh Valley Phantoms winning the Calder Cup. We still have not made the AHL playoffs. Like, that's crazy. I thought this year's team definitely was good enough. Let me take a quick look actually at the standings. Wow. So we actually missed out by 1 point, guys. But even then, Tucson was tied in points and missed out on the tiebreakers. So division just ended up being that close. And next year, guys, we're looking at retired players. Alex Ovechkin there retires with 1,800 points. More importantly, 965 goals, easily beating Gretzky's record. Kopitar there retires as well. Same goes for Blake Wheeler. Brent Burns up to 42 years old. I mean, even Wheeler there was 40. Victor Hedman retired only at 36. He was still 86 overall. Chris Letang with the Leafs, of course. We saw that big trade. Zuccarello, Eberle there. Kadri retires. I didn't expect that. 36 years old. Wow. Everyone was saying I should trade him, this and that. He retires with us. He still had 2 years left at $7 million. You got to remember that third year there is the year we just played. I did not expect that one. Jared Carlson does the Sharks a favor. One more year, $8 million is 80 overall. Jordan Staal, Pacioretty, TJ Oshie, Pietrangelo, Backlund. That's the guy I was looking for. Our captain's retired. Kadri's retired is on the front of the thumbnail. Is Anderson the captain now? He's the only leader that's left. I think it's got to be. Backlund was down to a 79. Of course, played his entire career with the Flames. 664 points, 1,200 games played. Just a solid two-way forward. Play anywhere in your middle six. Good long career. Definitely would go down, I think, at this point in the Calgary Flames Hall of Fame. JVR, Josh Bailey there. You can see, honestly, some big names. Jared Spurgeon, Nick Leddy, John Kleinberg, McDonough, Tyler Myers, Ekholm retiring. Wow, honestly, just a huge retirement list. I do notice, though, no Crosby, so he's going to be still out there. We'll see if the Penguins hold on to him. Jonathan Quick retires as well. He's now 41 years old. Martin Jones, Kemper, Ranta. So, like I said, guys, a really big retirement class there, which is cool to see. It does suck. We're losing a couple leaders. Kadri's a coach now, though. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'll definitely see what kind of coach he is, and if there's a chance we could bring him in. I think that'd be pretty cool. I actually think we did that, too, in our, Arizona expansion series, because I wanted him to, be part of the Stanley Cup winning team, which he ended up being. So, that was awesome. Maybe I'll leave that for that series. We'll let Kadri just go somewhere else. Maybe he wants to go back to Toronto. I don't know. But getting to the draft now, guys. We don't have our first round pick, but I'm pretty happy with the spot of this team. Kadri just opened up a bunch of cap space for us. Also, even just, some spots, maybe for a Seneca, kind of player. Obviously, still have him. I've not made that big, massive trade. And look at this, guys. You have this made-up player, Hugo St. Denis, Francis Potential, going to go first overall above Landon DuPont. That is kind of crazy. McCamey, there's a gem. So all these guys are medium elites. Take a look, I guess, at the gems first. You have 5. Low elite, 167. That's pretty good. Check guarantee potential next. I think I mentioned before, but all my scouts now are B or A overall, and they're all A+ in their region. Because of that, you find these. You get a guaranteed medium elite goalie, late second, early third. Guaranteed elite defenseman, he's going to go in the 3rd round. Guaranteed elite goalie, he's going to go the 6th round. Some really good finds there by our scouts. And, of course, you got these guys who good probability, which means probably not, but this guy's probably a medium top 4 defenseman. You're going to go, 4th round, I think. Same with that guy. And you got a low elite defenseman here. You're going to go 6th, 7th round. All right, guys. And now next year I'm trying to trade the Buffalo Sabres, moving up 6 spots in the 3rd round to get one of the pinned players. Also offering up Connor Dewey there to help make that happen. Get a 6th round back. Cost you just there for the roster spot. He might kind of mess it up, though, value-wise. He was their lowest valued player. Trades accepted, though. Okay, so never mind. We are good. And now next year, guys, trying to get a small trade. The Penguins offering up Zabergan for a 4th round pick. If you remember, we got him for free in free agency. Tried to trade him back to the Flyers, but they had too many goalies. So now we're trading him to their rival in the Penguins. They say no. I thought that was actually pretty fair. For 99th overall. Maybe we can throw in some player we just don't need. There's a lot of guys here they want. Honestly, we don't need most of them. Coster we just got back as a throw-in. That makes it happen. He did not. Not enough value. I mean, maybe do the 7th D-man. I don't think I'm bringing back Alexiak. Could add him. And there we go. Trades accepted. And so at this point, guys, we're just going to send to our next pick, which is actually number 87. But honestly, most of the pins I have are 3rd, 4th round picks or even later. So we're skipping by the first couple rounds. In terms of the first round, Winnipeg Jets make out absolutely gangbusters. Jump from 11 to 1. Get an 84 overall franchise in St. Denis at the first pick. Landon DuPont there goes to the Penguins. They could have had him in McKenna, which would be nasty. Vegas gets a really good pick at 3. In terms of medium elites, they're still going at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to the Blue Jackets. Even 13 there to the Bruins, 79 overall. Wow, so really good top of this draft class. But I'm pretty happy with, I think, the work our scouts did. So we're taking Pelche here, their first pick in the 3rd round. Guaranteed elite potential, 6'5" defenseman. And he is 51 overall of the draft. So definitely, more of a project, but still great pick for us. Also, guys, in case you were curious, it turns out Natchez is that dude. He's now 91 overall. I wanted a 90+ first line center. I mean, now I guess we could hunt for a 93, 94, but we've also got Misa coming up. So I don't know. We've got a lot of options. And our next pick here, guys, the first pick in the 4th round. We've actually got back-to-back picks. There's a couple guys here I want. The first one being Terrence Eastwood, maybe related to Clint Eastwood. And he is 49 medium elite. Let's go. I don't think he was guaranteed. I think his was 3 out of 4. That is crazy. So back-to-back elite players. Sorry, we don't have back-to-back picks. We have 2 or 3 picks there. The Capitals went between us. They took Lang. I don't think he was a guy I had pinned. Next pick we have is Hedberg there, who could also potentially be elite. And he is. Are you kidding me? We've had 3 picks so far, starting late in the 3rd round. 3 defensemen. All 3 are elite. That is just nuts. We're going on now to pick 112. I think we're actually be reaching here a little bit. I had to trade up, of course, for those guys we just took. But at number 112 here, we're taking, I think, Merrick's here, low elite, guaranteed gem. And 60 overall. That's actually pretty good. We get a forward there. Next one here is going to be 121. Again, reaching a little bit, but just kind of honestly just easier than trying to get like the smallest of thing moving back. We'll take Schlemko here, guaranteed elite goalie. 50 overall, not bad at all, late in the 4th round. And then our final pick here, guys, in this draft, a late 6th round pick, 183. Should be able to get our last pin guy in Slaney. Supposed to go 193, guaranteed low elite there. And we get another defenseman. So definitely stocked up on D this draft. I think our offense, honestly, is fine. So yeah, what a draft there. 3 absolute steel elite defensemen to start out. And so we're out the resign phase here, guys. Like I said before, most of our big contracts are under contract. Panarin, of course, 1 year left there at 13.5. If he's still good, definitely wouldn't mind bringing him back. I am glad he has kept 95 overall, at least for now. Could be lower start of the season. We still has like all those 99 stats. If you look at the bottom of the screen there, we've got 25 million in cap space. And again, we are looking pretty stacked. Sergeyev's up to a 91 overall. That's crazy. I guess I like to go position by position. So kind of thinking of it as like a depth chart. That's our first line. Pelletier's an 89 now. He might hit 90. Zary there, elite potential. He's actually gone up for medium top 6. Mies 86, Coronado. I think Hutton probably passes Coronado. Tidja Ginla's played himself into that top 9, 83 overall. So, like, right there, you add Martone. I think that's our 9. And we got 25 million. That's just so funny to me. So, like, you look at this. Seneca, he's looking for a place to stay. I mean, Honzik will definitely be on the 4th line. Maybe we could get a couple, like, more, you know, solid defensive veterans to play on that 4th line. In terms of the defense, Sergachev Anderson, I think, is fine for the top pair. Matachuk, Larson, Perek. Brucewick could call up. We also could get somebody maybe a little bit better for the second pair. Have, like, Perek, Larson on the bottom pair here. Again, we got that 25 million. I don't want to, like, do anything long-term because we'll have to spend a lot of money on those first-year deals once those rookie contracts expire. Matachuk also have to pay. He only wants 4.5. That's not bad. Let's do 4 years. Let's offer him. Let's just see if he does 4.5 or 4. I think that'd be really fair. Goalie-wise, Wolf will also need to get paid after this season. So this is our year to try and go out, you know, sign 1 or 2 guys, short-term, big deals. On Draenov there, it'd still be the starter. Let's get Sergey signed still, have a really sick AHL tandem. And in terms of contracts, guys, Thrun said yes. He's still on the AHL team. Cole Schwint there, we're bringing back. Matachuk said yes. 4 years, 4.5, I think is really good, especially with his potential. As long as we keep playing him in the top 4, which I think we will be. Other than him, though, yeah, just all AHL deals. So we still have 21 million in cap space. We'd actually have to spend, I think, a tiny bit just to get above the salary cap floor minimum. It's right around, you know, that 20 million mark. So I'm thinking we probably go get 1 defenseman, and then, like, we'll see. Pollock's already in 80. Like, we definitely could just have this defense, could just have these goalies. Like, we don't actually have to spend money, but, like, we might as well utilize it as long as there's, I guess, the right players available. As for the free agency period here, guys, like I was saying, if there's the right players available, we can definitely take advantage. Okay, no 90 pluses that I'm seeing. Marchenko there, 26 is an RFA. You do have Vince Dunn available, 89 overall, only wants 8.3, 30 years old. We could do like a 2-year deal on him because, again, all of our rookies, they have 2 years left. You got Perek, the whole rookie line. Like, we don't have to really worry about money till then. Even Panarin won't ask for too much more. Vince Dunn would be very interesting. Barrett Hayton, I don't really know what he would give us. Same with Hiddle there. Lawson Krause, I mean, power forward, maybe could be the ultimate 4th liner, but $6 million definitely a little bit expensive for that. Crosby, $3 million. We have nowhere for him to play other than the 4th line. Defensively, physically, not good enough. Sucks to see Pittsburgh not bringing him back. Yeah, so we can look through here. Maybe, I guess, first thing I'll look at is forwards here with the best defensive stats. I want the ultimate 4th line player. You have Mark Stone. Okay, 82 overall. He's got 90 awareness still. That would be awesome. 4th line right wing. He is asking for a little bit of money, but we have money, right? So it's like whatever to us. 35. I'm thinking 1 year in case he does, you know, drop off a cliff. But I'm going to overpay him. I'm going to pay him because we have the money. 375 for 1 year. He should say yes. So we'll have him, we'll have Hanzik. Still one more fourth line spot. Jason Dickinson, 87 D awareness. Physical could be higher. Maybe with this guy, we'd look more at physical stats, although Dano, pretty good all around. Yanni Gord's here. You could bring him back to the team. Obviously, he's been on the team. He's been off the team. His physical as well is only 3 stars. He's got the 91 stick checking, which is definitely doing a lot of the heavy lifting there for his, defensive overall. So in terms of 5-star physical, let's try to find like an 80-plus guy. Could sign Tanner Jeannot. Offensively, though, he's terrible. Evander Kane, he wants $7 million. 5-star physical, 3.5-star defense. Would actually be exactly what I'm looking for if it wasn't so much money. And you know what, guys? I think I might have found our guy, Pajot here. 3.5-star defense. I mean, he's got really good face-off, so play in the middle. Honda can play left wing. 4.5-star physical there. I mean, body check could be higher. He's got good strength, aggressiveness. I think Pajot is going to be our guy. So he's 134. Probably, again, just do a 1 year in case he falls off. I'll give $2.5 million, though. I think we'll have a really nice fourth line now. And then in terms of the defense, where we actually, want to maybe spend some money, I feel like Vince Dunn could be a huge addition. I think he could really help solidify our defense. Obviously, we could have some more of the young guys jump up, but like they're all offensive. We already have Parekh there. We don't need like, 3 21-year-old offensive defensemen. We can definitely wait, have them play in the AHL a bit. So I'm going to do a 2-year deal until he's 32. That's not what he wants. Maybe we can get him though at like 9.5 for 2, offer more money. Kind of, fit our window better. I'm looking at, comparables of like the Dmitry Orlov contract that Carolina did. Now, in terms of goalie contracts, we don't need a goalie. Top one there is Kochakov. Look at 2 ways, though, in case there's like an elite, low starters for both. That's good. In terms of AHL players, we do actually need a couple AHL defensemen. Forward-wise, though, I think we're good. Adam Banak, why is he not getting signed? Washington Capitals. Okay, I saw a bunch of you saying, don't keep giving those players back for a 7th-round pick or whatever. Like, I guess we can just stop. Like, this point, team's got to figure it out. So, Banak was a steal if he goes with us. Like I said, that we actually don't need any forwards. What we do need, though, is at least a couple D-men. So, ideally, 25-year-olds. O'Rourke there. Loof, both 25, high top 6. Same with Moore. I feel like I sign Loof all the time for the AHL. So, we'll try O'Rourke and Moore here. 2-year league minimum deals. Again, just trying to boost up that AHL team. I still can't believe they haven't made the playoffs yet. Also, you guys just noticed there's these 2 low top 6s. Low rated, but they're only 20 years old. If we can get them for free, we definitely have the roster spots. Might as well. All right, guys, so we're waiting to hear back from those free agents. Arizona here, really, we got to pretend they're Utah. Offering us for Toronto in a 3rd, for a 2nd, a 5th, Caswell. Again, we have no spots in our forward group, especially if we can, sign some guys here. We get a new NHL goalie coach. For whatever reason, like I mentioned before, goalie coaches are always retiring. Kelvin Hutton, I think he was one of the low top 6s. He said yes. Same with Kolosov. Still waiting to hear back from some actual players. Pajot said yes. Again, help solidify that 4th line. Same with Mark Stone. I didn't realize he still had 5 X factors. That's going to be huge. Definitely run him on the PK. Or work there for the HLD. Same with Ian Moore. Adam Banak, absolute steal there of a prospect. Just Washington Capitals. I don't know what they're thinking. Vince Dunn says yes. So that is big. Again, like we have so much money these next couple years. I think it'd be a waste if we are trying to, contend for a Stanley Cup, not to spend it. As you guys can see at the bottom, we still have $8.5 million in cap space, so we could still be like super active at the trade deadline, especially if we're retaining 50% on players, bring in tons of guys. But right now, only player that even think about maybe would be Crosby, but I know you guys hate that, and again, we really don't have a spot for him on this team, so we're just going to have a bunch of extra cap space. Like, we built the team that well, and obviously rather have cap space than not. And now next year, you guys are trying to get traded to the Detroit Red Wings. Basically, I'm just being nice to Bruce Wicks here. Parekh kind of like took his spot. Plus, we have that other guy, Pollock, who's elite potential. So I don't really see him getting NHL ice time, roll their top 6, giving him a chance to, play out his NHL career. The Red Wings here, they want him. They got a 2nd and a 4th on the block. Kilpinen is just there for the roster spot coming back. And the Red Wings say no, just a bit low. Okay, so maybe here we can do a 5th instead of a 4th. I think this is still pretty good value. And there we go. So we needed draft picks this year. I mentioned that. So now we got a 1st, 2nd, couple 5ths. And like I said, trying to be, a nice guy GM, I guess. And next year, guys, I'm trying to make a big trade, taking advantage of that cap space, getting Jordan Kyrou from the Blues, who's on the block. I feel like he's a very solid player, 88 overall. He'd play like 2nd or 3rd line for us, depending how it breaks out. But really fast, good playmaker, decent shot. Offering up Coronado here. He's a sniper, but his shot's not the greatest. It kind of sucks to trade him because he's on such a good contract, $3.5 million for the next 4 years. But cap space isn't an issue for the next couple. And what my plan is, you guys can see I've actually added Eastwood. He's one of the 3 elite defensemen we just drafted. Reason I'm trading him, Pelche there's 2 overall higher. Hedberg is defensive, which I think will need more, whereas Eastwood's offensive. We should have More than enough of that. Seneca I actually want to hold on to. My thinking is when all those guys need new deals after the rookie contracts, Seneca should still be on his rookie deal, and then we can basically trade away Kyrou, who'll have 2 years left. We'll get whatever. Seneca will take his spot on, like, you know, the right side, and hopefully that'll just work out seamlessly. So we'll see in 2 years whether or not I'm right, but for right now, I think this trade is worth it for us, plus taking advantage. Kyrou there on the block. Value's actually, wow, you know what, before I make this trade, we actually might be able to get a pick out of them. Let's see if we can also get a 4th rounder here. Trade's rejected. Okay, maybe I'm being a little too greedy. Try a 6th. Still rejected. They said quite far off. Even no pick. No pick. We're still quite far off. Even though value's on our side. Kyrou's on the block. They want Eastwood. Interesting response. Guess we could also throw on Schlemko, elite goalie we just drafted. It's pretty easy to get elite goalies in the draft. And there we go. Okay, so I think, you know, bringing in Kyrou, definitely our team should be pretty stacked for next year. Alright guys, so now let's start next season. I'm going to show you what the team is looking like. Like I was saying before, this team is stacked top to bottom. So, as you guys can see here, first line, you got Panarin playing with Michael Misa, now our first line center, and Nate just moved back to the right wing. They get a +5. Second line's Kyrou, Zary, Pelche with a +2. Third line there, TJ Ginla making his debut for the Calgary Flames, playing with Hutton and Martone, also getting a +5. So that's like the young gun line. And then fourth line here, I already mentioned, we got Stone, Pajot, Honzik. I think very solid again. Stone's got all those X factors there. He's got the 90D awareness. Pajot, just really good all around. Honzik as well, too, for a young player. Pretty good two-way game. Defensively, Sergachev, Anderson still our top pair. Sergachev's now got in-reverse zone ability, 91 overall. He's actually our highest valued player. Anderson, too, they got the spinner zone ability. They get the +5. You got Dunn on the second pairing there with Matachuk. Bottom pair is Parekh and Larson. In terms of the goaltending, Wolf down 89. Got an extra X Factor as our starter. Andreanov's actually backing him up. Now, you guys gotta let me know. Should be Andreanov, who's elite potential, role backup, or should we stick with Vladosh? I've got him in the AHL because Andreanov, of course, has that backup role. Don't want to affect his growth. AHL team, Liam Greentree's on the first line there with Nikolaev and Seneca. Seneca's an 82. Luckily for us, roll their depth forward, so he'll be fine knocking NHL minutes. Easton Cowan behind him. Benak put Coles in. They get a +3. You look at the rest of his AHL team, pretty stacked. Lots of 80s. Cowan as well, 82, but rolled their depth forward. I don't know if he's going to have a spot on the team. Like, it's going to be tough enough to get, you know, Seneca minutes here. Same with Greentree. Seneca, though, I mentioned in a couple of years. I do plan on having him replace Kyrou. Offensively, too, we got Thrun and Pollock on the top pair. Pollock as well, I don't know what to do with. Roll top 6, but you look at the NHL team. They got Parekh 1 overall above him. Larson's there. Now, he does have higher potential than both those guys, so it might make sense to have him in the NHL instead. You guys gotta let me know. Could just trade away Larson, have him get the NHL minutes. You can see a bunch of 79s filling out the rest of the AHL defense. So, like I said, we're starting to get to that point where we have, like, too many good players. The main thing, I think, though, is definitely, like, the defense. What should we do with that? Also, too, another, I guess, question, but I kind of already made the decision. Let me know if you guys agree or not. In terms of the captaincy, of course, Backlund retired. Same with Kadri. I've got Pelche and Panarin there, both wearing A's, and I've actually given the C to Anderson. I do think once Panarin leaves the team, whether it be retirement or us, you know, not signing him, might have to give another A to a Ginla, just, you know, being in a Ginla back in Calgary. Michael Misa probably will also deserve a letter at some point. Probably going to be the best player on the team, but, you know, until then, don't have to worry about it too much. So before I end this episode, guys, I will show you our ratings. Like I said, I think team's absolutely stacked. Definitely want to win, though, in the next couple years while all those rookies still making next to no money. And we now got 100 offense, 89 defense, 88 goaltending. So if we find ourselves in another Battle of Alberta in next year's playoffs, I'm really hoping that we're actually the ones that move on. Until then, though, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.